Hey everybody, this is Doug and welcome back to the channel. So as mentioned, I had a very crazy experience with the whole NLV process. Getting the paperwork was actually a little bit easier, I guess, for me, in the sense that I have someone here in Spain that helped me with all the documentation. She was able to read through, a lot of the Spanish websites and kind of help point me in the right direction. So in that sense, I had a little bit of an upper hand in somebody who's in the US and kind of struggling through the websites and trying to figure everything out. This is why I made those videos, to maybe help other people get through the process. So I was able to get my appointment on September 13th, and I went over my paperwork over and over and over again. I went through the list and felt that I was ready. On the appointment day, I actually arrived early. We got into the office area, we sat down, and we were lucky that we got called maybe 5 minutes before the appointment was ready to start. And the first thing that the person behind the counter asked for was the national visa application. And I froze. I'm like, huh? For some reason, when I read the required documents and I saw national visa form, I didn't think that that involved me. I'm going for a non-lucrative visa, not a national visa. I was looking for something that said non-working, non-lucrative, something of that nature. I totally didn't even fill out the national visa form. I didn't think it was for me. I panicked. The woman behind the counter there said, okay, listen, you still have some time. You have 30-minute block here. And so she told me about an office supply place right across the street. So I ran down to that office supply place all the time on my phone, getting onto the website, downloading the file, mailing it to myself, getting to the office supply place, then mailed it to them so they could print it. Once it was printed, I could fill it out, have them make copies, run back up to the office, and then say, boom, here you go. I got the national visa form. I was done. National visa form in, she asked me for the EX01, okay, here you go. And then she says, copies of your passport. And I go, huh? I can't believe it. I forgot copies of my passport. Luckily, my friend was with me. She went down, she got copies of the passport, she ran back up while I sat in the meeting. We gave all the documents, we walked away feeling a bit relieved, a bit stressed, but at least the process was complete. They had the documents. Now, here's the one thing that I felt uncomfortable about. I had to leave my passport with them, or they asked for me to leave my passport with them. I thought this was part of the process. Now, what I had heard was most of the visas were being approved within, say, 3 weeks or 4 weeks or so. So I figure, okay, this is good. I had my plane ticket already purchased to leave October 31st. I've got plenty of time. September 13th, October 31st. I got a couple of months. 5 days before I needed to leave the US to Spain, I still had not heard a thing. Their website was not updating anything. They didn't say I forgot anything. I was getting no information. I called them, I emailed them, zero response. So I had to kind of just say, all right, that's it. I'm flying out to LA. I got to go get my passport. Now, going Tucson to LA, you would think, okay, that's not too bad, but it cost me $500 to leave Tucson early in the morning to get to the LAX airport, and it takes you an hour to get off the plane to get to where Uber or Lyft can even pick you up, get 30 minutes away from the airport to the LA consulate without an appointment, without talking to anybody, and just hoping that you can get your passport back. I get to the office and I'm sitting there. Everybody's got their appointment and I'm waiting for someone to actually see me. As soon as someone crosses paths, I sit there and I just give them the saddest face. Please, I need help. They pulled me over. I explained the situation. I said, hey, I leave for Spain in 5 days. I need my passport. No problem. All I had to do was write a letter to say I took my passport, and when I return, I'm going to go ahead and bring my passport back. Perfect. They have it. But here's what I didn't realize is the LA consulate, they don't do your visa. Spain does your visa. LA consulate and all the consulates, they're just the grabbers of the paper. They hold the paperwork, they organize the paper, they send it to Spain. They can't do the visa. They can't update anything. They can't tell you anything because Spain is the one that makes the decision. Okay, so I get my passport. I jump back in an Uber. I jump back to the airport. I get back to Tucson. And then on the 31st, I leave for Spain. Now, at this point, I'm hoping that they take all the time in the world to get this visa. Because once you get the visa approved, you have 30 days to go and get it in your passport. So for me, I'm in Spain. I want them to take all the time that they need. November 15th, I got an email. Hey, congratulations, you got your visa. Oh, now I've got to fly back to LA from Spain. We have already had plans. We're going up to Barcelona. We're going to go out to Torla Odessa. We're going to go have some fun. So on our way back from all this fun that we were having, I get dropped off at the airport in Barcelona. I have a flight that leaves at, say, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It arrives in LA at 6 o'clock at night on a Sunday night. Well, here's the trick. You can't pick up your visa on any time you want. You have to go either on a Tuesday or a Friday between 10 and 12. So I had Monday that I had all day to kill, which for me was okay, jet lag. I actually ordered some stuff on Amazon, walked around a little bit. On Tuesday, I grabbed an Uber from the hotel. I went to the LA consulate. I went back to the office. A group of people were sitting there also waiting for their visas. Person came up to the window. Who's here to collect visas? Bring up your passport. Brought up the passport. Within 5 minutes, they came back, handed out the passports. I had my visa in hand. Mission accomplished. Back to the airport, jump on a plane, head to Barcelona, and Barcelona back to Alicante. I was exhausted. Now I arrived on the 13th. You lose a day when you come from LA. My appointment for my TIA was the very next day at 10 o'clock in the morning on the 14th. So, get up, all fresh and jet lagged, and I go to the TIA appointment, which is at the police station, and this is where you can actually get your fingerprints and you actually get your card. So I get in there. Again, I was worried about not being able to speak Spanish, but that was not a problem. I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for probably maybe 30, 45 minutes for my number to be called. I get called, I go sit down, I'm talking to the woman, and she's going through my paperwork and everything is looking good, and then I hear her go, uh-oh. My heart dropped. What do you mean, uh-oh? Well, your visa, there's a number that says, I think it says 4 or begins or something like that. January 1st, 2024 through April 14th, 2024. Cars in the background here. I had come back into Spain on the 14th. No, I had come back into Spain on the 13th. So in my passport, it's stamped the 13th of December. They can't give me the TIA until the 1st of January, which means I need to leave the country again, come back in so I have a stamp in the passport between January 1 and April 14th. The lady behind the counter, she told me, hey, that's not a problem. All your paperwork looks good. You just need to come back. Now, I've already got plans to come back. I leave for the United States January 9th of 2024. I've got to go to work in Tucson for a couple of months, but then I return again around March, still within that window. So in March, I can make my appointment again. I can go get the TIA, and it takes about 3 weeks for you to get the card. And if you're not around to pick it up, they'll hold it for you. I have heard that you will get a phone call when it's ready, and if you miss that phone call, they won't leave a message, they won't call you again, but you just have to kind of go there and check in. So that's my crazy story of applying for the NLV. That story has not finished yet. I'll keep you updated. But if you found this interesting and you want to check out the NLV process, check out any of these videos that I'm going to put up here at the end screen, and I'll see you in the next video.